Hello, everybody. Welcome to many podcast YouTube videos. Today, I am here with my friends Frank and Nando, and we are just going to discuss overall what's going on in the AFC East. So, let's get this started, guys. Frank, I got a specific question for you first. So, what do you feel that the Dolphins could be doing better and worse?
I think for better, they could be playing a lot better defense. They did good against Josh Allen. I'll give them that. They had some pass breakups, but they couldn't get them off the field. They got to be better on third down. I think their offense has really been clicking, though. Like, if you watch Tua, he's improved. Tyreek,
Very.
Waddle. I mean, Gesicki's like the odd man out.
Right.
But that offense has dramatically improved since Flores left.
I mean, that offense is stacked, and just it's what you love to hear, especially as a Dolphins fan, and just, man, the brightest future to Jalen Waddle, man.
Yeah.
He's a stud. He's going to have a really great future.
Yeah, he's doing good.
Yeah.
And also, like, after years of just, like, watching the Dolphins be a defensive team, finally switching over to offense, like,
right.
It's just so enjoyable.
Like, and they still have a good defense as well, And I mean, Xavier Howard, I don't know if they still have Byron Jones.
Byron Jones, but he's injured right now.
Okay.
They have Javon Holland. I don't know if you heard of him, but
I've heard of him.
Second-year safety. He's been really good.
Yeah.
They picked up Melvin Ingram. They have Christian Wilkins still. Their linebackers are, like, average, but they're making it work on defense. They got good nickel and corners.
That's awesome. Not the seal.
So,
all right. So, what do you feel the Jets could be doing better, and what they need to improve on?
probably the O-line.
The O-line.
O-line is horrible. Joe Flacco kept getting rushed every play. The thing is, when Zach comes back, the thing I'm worried about is him getting hurt again.
Right.
And then his knee or, whatever. And then, he'll be out for a lot of time again. Joe Flacco again, and it's just rebuild again.
Yeah. Because, I mean, it's probably going to take a little bit for Zach Wilson to, regain his mobility.
Oh, yeah.
And, because, of course, he's coming back from a knee injury, right?
Yeah.
So, it's all injuries are tough, but some are worse than others, and you just kind of have to wait and find out how's he going to be. Is he going to play any different? Is his game plan going to change?
I know, yeah. He's coming back this week, but, Dwayne Brown, George Fant, and Mekhi Becton all hurt. So now it's we have a rookie in. We just signed somebody to our practice squad. The whole line is just the worst part right now.
Yeah.
I'm worried about.
Yeah, and then how about the defense?
The defense has been looking good.
Yeah. This Jets team just beat the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, they scored 2 touchdowns in a minute and 55 seconds. That's pretty good. But, there's actually a case that maybe the Patriots are last in that division this year. What do you think?
I like that case because Mac Jones out.
Yeah.
They're going to have Brian Hoyer starting against the Packers this week and whoever else they're playing. Yeah. It's not looking good for New England.
Yeah, no, I mean, and you already have, Buffalo and Miami, who are just, man, Super Bowl contenders already coming into the season. And you can tell, especially with Miami, Tua has stepped up his game. And we've already found out. He's actually a really great quarterback. Yeah. He just needed the weapons. And at that moment, he didn't have them. So, now he's got Tyreek Hill. Yeah, the Dolphins gave up a lot for him, but it might be worth it at the end of the day. The Colts did just beat the Chiefs this past weekend, so that might say something about that trade.
Yeah, I think it's going really good. I just don't want to get my hopes up too much because they are the Dolphins. They haven't made the playoffs since 2016. They haven't won a playoff game in over 2 decades, I want to say. So,
right.
They're 3-0. They're going good. They're versing the Bengals tomorrow night, but we're just got to ride it game in, game out.
Yes. Yeah, and to beat the Bills, That is, man, you like after that game, you just knew that the Dolphins were really just a force to be reckoned with,
Yeah.
Like they're just that great.
That was their first win against the Bills, I think 2017 or 2018 with
Wow.
Ryan Tannehill starting.
It's a long time ago.
It's been 4 or 5 years, yeah, and counting.
Yeah.
The thing is with like Bills safeties though, I do still feel like the Bills are a better team than the Dolphins, but like I could see the case for the Dolphins being better.
I agree.
I agree with you, but a win's a win.
The win is a win. That is right.
And the Dolphins weren't fully healthy either. They had some linemen out. They had some defensive people like Byron Jones out. So, you just got to play with who you got.
That's right. And that's something that all teams just have to learn. You have to trust in the backups.
Mm.
And I mean, you just have to see what happens and just let it go. All right. So we are going to get to some controversial topics now. All right. How about the Patriots? What are your thoughts on the Patriots this season, both of you?
You want to go first?
I'm starting to think they're heading towards a rebuild. I'm not gonna lie, because the wide receivers have been they haven't been bad, but it's they're not gonna get you to the next level though.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I can see the Patriots heading towards rebuild, especially with Mac Jones. They're gonna have a rough year this year, I feel like. The defense, I don't know much about their defense, but
Yeah.
I don't think it's looked the best.
Yeah, no, I'm not sold on their defense at all. I mean, they just they are just not a very great team around the league right now.
Yeah, and they don't know how to draft wide receivers or skill positions even. Their best skill position is Devontae Parker. He used to be a Dolphin, but he's not that good. He's
Right.
he's average. But I agree with Nando. I think rebuild, maybe even a retool. See them winning 5, 6, maybe 7 games.
Yeah, at most.
That Mac Jones injury really kills them. Josh
Yeah.
McDaniels leaving really kills them because whoever their offense coordinator or whoever's calling the plays, Bill Belichick, Matt Patricia, Joe Judge, they're just not doing that good.
Yeah, they're just. I feel like it's just a lot of communication issues as well, especially on the field. And it's I feel like they're not working as a team. They're trying to work by themselves, and one man can't carry a team.
Yeah.
And you need to build around Mac Jones, especially when he comes back from injury. You have to start building around him,
Especially on that rookie deal, you need to
Of course.
capitalize. And I remember Jacoby Myers saying, I don't know what my role in this offense is. I think last week came out
Right.
they're not doing a good job.
Right.
I think they need to feed Stevenson, Rohan.
Right.
Actually. I feel like Damian Harris is just
I like Damian Harris too, though.
him, but I feel like he's just not producing numbers.
He's more of a power back, more of just a running back. Where Stevenson, I think, can do a little bit of everything.
Yeah. Yeah. How about this question for both of you? Who's the best running back in the AFC East?
Oh God.
Wow. Well, let's see. Okay, so the Jets got Michael Carter and
Yes.
Breece Hall.
Yeah, I mean that's a pretty good duo.
That's a good duo. I wouldn't say they're the best. Either
Okay.
of them. Patriots, Damian Harris, Stevenson. They're good. They're good.
I don't know. I honestly like the Jets better than that duo.
The Jets is unproven though, so I will go Patriots. I'll give them the slight edge because we know what Damian Harris can do. We
Right,
don't know what Michael Carter and
Breece Hall
can do.
What
Yeah.
about the Bills, guys?
Um,
Zach Moss, I think. Or
Zach
and
Moss,
Devin Singletary.
Devin Singletary, and
and
their
there's
other
their rookie.
the Georgia guy,
Oh my
James
gosh.
Cook.
Yeah.
There it is.
But he fumbled the ball on that opening drive against the Rams. He hasn't gotten much playing time, I don't think.
Oh really?
Singletary has been good though. He's a speedster, really good. I also like Chase Edmonds. He's been big for the Dolphins.
Right.
Got a couple touchdowns. I
Is
think,
he their
last week.
starter?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
and
he goes-
who's backing him up?
Mostert.
Mostert's backing him
Yeah.
up. Okay. I would honestly split carries between the both of them just because of the reason that Mostert probably the fastest running back right now still in the NFL.
I think they're just trying to sprinkle him in more because he's coming off that injury. Maybe when towards the middle of the season when Chase Edmonds is a little banged up.
Right.
I think they'll put him in more. But I think the best running back, I'm either going to go Singletary or I'm going to go Chase Edmonds.
Okay.
I'd probably give Edmonds a slight edge because I'm a little biased.
Okay.
But I think he's more proven than Singletary because Singletary last year kind of just disappeared.
And then
Well, the thing is, with the Jets, they have the most pass attempts. Joe
Right.
Flacco's throwing 50 passes a game for some reason. I don't know why.
I don't know what the game plan is there.
That's why he's like fifth in passing yards, I believe, right now, week 4. And I still feel like Breece Hall has a lot of potential.
He does.
He's averaging like 5 yards a carry, trying like 23 rushing attempts. So I still think he could be the best one out of all of them.
Right.
I do believe that, especially with the line that they have right now.
Right.
But I guess we will see. But I do think like Singletary's the best right now.
Right. And I mean, I agree with both of them. I believe Devin Singletary, as of right now, is the best running back in the AFC East. Just for the reason is because Breece Hall, we haven't really seen like much yet. Like, yeah, I feel like he has a bright future, but at the end of the day, we're gonna find out what happens, you know. And I mean, he's gonna have to really just take control of that offense and just start taking more carries than Michael Carter if he really wants to prove himself, you know. And one of these running backs are, I mean, eventually once off of contract are probably gonna be traded, you know, because I mean, I feel like both of them have like a little bit of trade, like, what am I?
Trade value?
Yeah, trade value. There you go.
Well, I don't think they're going to be trading either of them anytime soon because Michael Carter was rookie last year, so he's still got 2 or 3 years left. Breece Hall's got 4, so I think they're going to ride it out with both their contracts.
Right. I mean, I like I was saying, I just think maybe after like Michael Carter's contract year is done, you know, because I was like, for the Jets, it's the question of what running back do you want to be your ultimate starter at the end of the day, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, you could rush 2 backs, you know? One of these backs has to be the guy that you could just count on, maybe on like 3rd down and like maybe 5, just to like go down and just plow through them, you know, get that 1st down, you know, because it's all about the yards. It's all about just getting there, you know?
For sure.
So, yeah, but that's it for that question. So, Frank, back to you. The Dolphins have the greatest, or not the greatest, but the fastest wide receiver duo in the entire NFL right now with Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. How do you feel about Tua and his receivers?
I think they're going good. Tua made some big throws to Tyreek against Baltimore.
Yes.
He made a big throw against Waddle. He was doing a post, I believe, against the Bills to help him get the win.
Right.
A lot of people are saying he's not going to be able to throw to him, but I think he's got it. Now, not every play, but when you dial it up, put him in the right circumstances, have the O-line block, give him time,
Of course.
I think he can make the throws.
Right. Right. All right. And Nando. So, the Jets, they have, for now, Joe Flacco
Yeah.
and Michael Carter, Breece Hall. We just ran over that. And Garrett Wilson. I'm not aware of the other receivers they have on the team.
It is Elijah Moore.
Elijah Moore. Okay.
And Braxton Berrios.
Braxton Berrios. Okay. So, what do you feel until Zach Wilson comes back that Joe Flacco needs to be doing better?
Well, Zach Wilson's coming back this week,
Okay.
so that's what I'm excited for.
I wasn't sure of his injury status.
Oh yeah,
So,
he just got cleared by the doctors. So
Oh,
I know
okay.
he's good. It's just like Garrett Wilson and Elijah Moore. I feel like Elijah Moore is going to go back to that wide receiver 1 spot, and because Zach Wilson likes throwing him a lot.
of course.
I think Garrett Wilson's going to play more in the slot, and then I feel like on those like medium routes and stuff like that, he's just going to get open a lot.
Yeah.
It's just the protection. That's
Right.
it. It's
Yeah,
like if they
it's-
can't get open in time,
Right.
we're
You know,
in trouble.
yeah, it's just that Mekhi Becton, like, I mean, he's a great offensive lineman, you know? Probably one of the best in that division, to be honest. But with him injured and, like, they don't have many, like, nameable guys, you know, that we can just say, like, you can go in and you could just start blocking, like, one of the best defensive players in the NFL, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it's like if the Jets played the Rams, you know? I mean, they'd have to play Aaron Donald without, like, any help at all from Mekhi Becton, you know? And that's definitely something that hurts at the end of the day, you know? Because you need to give your receivers time to get open so you can throw the ball. You know, sacks, it's just... They're pretty big,
And
you
they're
know?
lucky. They're lucky they're not playing T.J. Watt this week.
Yeah.
Right, of course.
Yeah, he's injured. They'll still play a tough Steelers defense, but
Yes.
it'll be a lot easier without T.J. Watt.
Yeah, and I mean, now that Zach Wilson's back, I mean, he has to play against debatably one of the better safeties in the NFL, Minkah Fitzpatrick. And this guy worked the first play from the Bengals in week 1 to the end zone. So, I mean, he's a scary guy already, you know, and I mean, he's been throughout his career so far, you know, and he's got years left, but, you know, Zach Wilson just going to have to get in the game, adapt to Minkah, you know? He's going to know that Minkah's back there, you know? You have to find a way to throw off Fitzpatrick's game, you know? Because if his game is 100%, then he's going to be locking down the number 1 wide receiver.
Yeah.
Which will probably be this week Garrett Wilson.
Yeah.
You know, he'll be running like the best receiving routes, you know?
Mm-hmm.
He'll be running like downfield, you know, and that's where Minkah is at his best. You know, so it's just, you know, the Jets just got to dial in. They got to just play as a team, you know, and the defense got to get some turnovers, get some sacks, force a fumble, you know?
Yeah.
Something like that, you know? It's just Sauce Gardner.
Oh, he's been incredible.
He's been, yeah. Yeah, he can definitely intercept the one off of Mitchell Trubisky, you know, because...
The MVP.
of course. But, yeah. So, so what we're going to do now is we are going to go through all of our picks for you guys for week 4. So, Nando, if you don't mind reading off the games for us.
So we got Vikings at Saints to begin.
All right, how about you start us off?
Yeah, so
What do you mean? You want me to
Like
pick that?
who wins?
I feel like the Vikings will win that game.
Yeah.
Dalvin Cook. I feel like he'll run all over them.
I think the Vikings as well, but not the same reason because I think the Saints' offense, Jameis is hurt.
Right.
Mara hasn't been himself. I think
Yeah.
their defense is actually going to be. Well, I mean, their offense still going to score. Justin Jefferson.
Right.
I mean, but I don't think Dalvin Cook's going to be the main reason. I think Justin Jefferson and the passing game would be a better reason for them to win.
Right. I also believe that the Vikings are going to win this week just because of the reason. It's just that Justin Jefferson, Dalvin Cook, that offense is really good, and the defense is still really good with Harrison Smith and Eric Kendricks, you know?
So the next game we have is the Browns at Falcons.
Oh. Okay, Frank, how about you start us off here?
I have the Falcons upsetting. Marcus Mariota is going to get Kyle Pitts and Drake London the ball. Cordell Patterson's going to get involved.
Yeah.
Win on a field goal, something like that against the Browns.
Right. And I actually also have the Falcons winning this week just because of the fact is that Drake London is a stud. And he's going to have a great career, and I mean, he's already proven it right now in his rookie season, you know, and in fantasy football, he's putting up more than 15 points every single week. I mean, you can count on that, you know, especially if you have him in your fantasy lineup.
See, I have the Browns because they have the most rushing yards in the whole league. They have the best rusher in the whole league in pure yards. The Falcons are not a good team right now.
Right.
And so I just see the Browns, like, getting first downs, getting 8 yards of carry, And I can't see the Falcons keeping up with that. They do have Cordell Patterson, who I think is very underrated.
He is.
But I just see the Browns just doing too much to Falcons, and the Falcons not being able to do as much on offense.
Yeah.
So next game is Commanders at Cowboys.
All right, I'll start this one off. As a fan, I'm trying not to be biased, but the Dallas Cowboys are going to win this game, and I'm going to tell you why. It's going to start off with the defense. If you watch the Monday Night Football game, Dallas versus Giants, they hit Daniel Jones a career high of 24 times with 6 sacks out of the 24 in that game. So, and I mean, Micah Parsons didn't even get a sack in that game. So it obviously proves that their whole defense is good. And I think Cowboys win big.
As much as I want to say Wentz will beat the Cowboys, I don't think that's going to happen either. Just looking at that Eagles game he played, the offense was terrible. The defense just got ran through. I think the Cowboys would do the same thing.
Yep.
And Micah Parsons, he is incredible.
Yeah.
If DeMarcus Lawrence can come back, I think he had 3 sacks.
3 sacks, yes.
I just think Washington's not going to be a match for Dallas.
Yeah.
Dallas is going to kill them.
Yeah.
I do have the Cowboys winning too. I think they've been playing good. Cooper Rush.
Yeah. I mean, he's 3-0.
I know. Is Terry still playing McLaurin?
Yes,
I believe so.
He's on Washington. Yeah.
I want to see how Trayvon Diggs does against him. I think that's going to be important.
Yes.
But if he just plays decent enough, I think the Cowboys win that.
Yeah.
So next is Seahawks at Lions.
Go ahead, Frank. Start us off.
I have the Lions winning.
Oh, okay.
I think both of them are pretty similar teams. You know, average quarterback play. DeAndre Swift might be out, but I don't think that's going to stop them because they have Hawkinson, they have DJ Shark, they have some other guys, and their backup running backs. I forget his name, but he's pretty good too.
Yeah.
I picked him up in fantasy actually, but I think just Seattle, like the whole thing about Seattle, like they went their best against Week 1, but then they're just gonna fall off a cliff. I think.
Yeah.
You know, that'll be Geno's best game starting. DK Metcalf and Lockett are still there, but I don't think they can get them the ball like with the protection and everything.
And especially with the quarterback that's there.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna hold up.
Yeah. I also believe the Lions are going to win this game. Not much, but a close game that the Lions win just because, I mean, DeAndre Swift may be out. We're not exactly sure yet, but the Lions still have a receiver just as good as Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf. At least he's playing like it right now, Amon-Ra St. Brown. And he's just been very phenomenal recently, especially watching some of the Lions highlights and some of their games.
Yeah.
I also have the Lions. I feel like Aiden Hutchinson and Jeff Okudah have been playing really good recently.
Yes.
Jeff Okudah's at full health again.
Lights out.
Mm-hmm. So I just see the Lions winning this game. It could even be a blowout to me. So
It could be. I mean,
so next game is Titans at Colts.
ooh.
I have the Titans winning. Colts stole one off Kansas City.
Yes.
But their offense has been abysmal. Like, their special teams and defense is the reason they won that game.
Yes, it is.
I think Derrick Henry's going to bounce back game, Tannehill. I just don't think the Colts are going to be a playoff team this year, and I think the Titans just have a better overall roster and a better coach.
I agree with that statement, actually. I mean, he just told you everything I was going to say. You know, the Titans are probably going to win this game. The Colts did just steal one somehow over the Kansas City Chiefs. I mean, that might be the shocker of the year. I mean, nobody expected that. So, the Titans win.
I think I do have the Titans too. I think Derrick Henry bounce back game.
Yeah.
There's not much more I have to say about that.
Yeah.
So next game is Bears at Giants.
This is a tough one.
This is a tough one.
Because both of the teams don't have very dynamic offenses.
Yes.
But I'm going to go Giants. Main reason because of the Bears offense. I saw a stat that Justin Fields has only thrown the ball 24 times in 3 games.
Wow.
Something like that.
Yeah.
It was low 20s. But that's 8 passes a game. Like they're obviously gonna bounce back, do better, but I just think Saquon. If they get Kenny Galladay going, I know
Yes.
Shepard's out for the year, or out for at least a good portion of the season, but
Yeah.
they have other playmakers. If they get Slayton involved, maybe Tony's back or Tooney's back. The
Yeah.
tight ends were playing good against Dallas too.
Yeah. I also do have the Giants because of one man. His name's Saquon Barkley. Saquon has proved all of his haters wrong this year so far. He has been very phenomenal these first 3 weeks of the season, and I mean he's proving something that he wasn't able to, especially with injury. You know, will this be Saquon's first season without injury? We hope so. We hate to see a guy get hurt.
So I have the Bears winning. I'm
Okay.
upset because the Bears are coming off a win. They got that Roquan pick at the end of the game. The Giants are coming off of a loss too.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the Bears have all the momentum, and I feel like Justin Fields is going to have a good game against them. And really see how he could do on the road. So I got the Bears. Next game is Jaguars at Eagles.
All right. Well, I think the Eagles are going to win this game. Jalen Hurts is playing very well so far this year. A.J. Brown. But Devontae Smith had his first really great week last week. Philly is hot. And they're not losing, even though Doug Peterson is coming back to Philly. This week, I don't think there's any upset.
Yeah, I mean the Doug Peterson revenge game, it would be nice, but I just don't think the Jaguars have enough talent. Their offense has been extremely good, especially against the Chargers.
Yes.
38 points is a lot.
Yes, it is.
I think it'll be closer, but I just don't think they can stop Jalen Hurts and all those other players you just said.
Yeah.
I do think the Eagles are like a top 3 team in football too. So I think like Jalen Hurts is just they're gonna be open so much and everything. And the Jaguars are coming off a really good game. Trevor Lawrence is finally like back,
Yes.
but I just think the Eagles win. Their defense is so much better.
Yeah,
and
it
everything.
is.
So next game is Jets at Steelers.
All right, Nando, you're not gonna like
So
me. You're not gonna like me, but hear me out. It wouldn't be bad if the Jets lost this game, because it's gonna be a close game. The Steelers just have a better team. The Jets, I don't know how they're gonna do this season, but Zach Wilson coming back from injury, you don't want him getting re-injured. So just have him be conservative. Don't have him run out of the pocket. Have him stay in the pocket, throw the ball away fast.
Yes.
And if they lose this game, it's all right because they just don't want to lose Zach Wilson for the season or their season's over.
Yeah. I have a upset here. The Jets are going to win this game. Zach Wilson's coming back from injury, and this is the start to his season. And he's going to come out firing. And that's why the Jets are going to win. It's because they're not going to expect it. They were expecting Joe Flacco, something like Joe Flacco. But Zach Wilson's back now. And the Jets are going to take this one very close.
So I've been thinking about it. I do have the Jets. Trying not to be biased, but I do have reason. Zach Wilson is back.
Yep.
And Joe Flacco has been putting up great yards too. And since we have Zach Wilson who could like scramble, get out of the pocket, make plays, he could be a playmaker.
Yes.
I feel like Garrett Wilson and Elijah Moore will get open downfield. I am worried about the Minka thing. Minka just like lurking somewhere behind someone. But I feel like the Jets defense will be good too with Sauce. But
Yes.
I feel like the Jets offense will do good this week.
Yeah. Definitely.
This is a good one.
Okay.
The Bills at Ravens.
Oh. But I have the upset, and you all know what it is. I think the Ravens are going to stun the Bills because the Ravens have nearly scored 80 points in their last 2 games alone, still losing 1 to the Miami Dolphins. So, they're hot. I don't think they're losing to the Bills.
See, I think the Bills are going to come out firing. I think Baltimore's going to be good too, but that Bills team, it's just so much better in comparison from offenses to offenses. I know the Ravens have a different scheme, but
Right.
I think Diggs will get open because if the Ravens, when they were playing the Dolphins and all those other teams, they just let the receivers go right up by them. Tyreek,
Yeah.
Waddle. I think Diggs is going to put up monster numbers. Gabe
Yeah.
Davis,
Yes.
maybe Jamison Crowder, ex-Jet. I just think the Bills are going to be better.
So I do have the Bills winning, but the Ravens do have, in my opinion, the MVP so far of
Yes.
the season. And who did they play last week? Does anyone remember?
The Ravens?
Yeah, because I think like Marlon Humphrey got a pick. Marcus Peters even got a pick. So
Check back on that.
they've been playing really good. The Patriots, yeah,
Okay,
Mac Jones
yeah.
was throwing up
Okay,
picks.
yeah.
The Ravens were locked down, but it's Josh Allen though, so
Yeah.
I can't see the Bills losing.
Yeah, I
Better
mean,
wideouts and everything.
yeah, I just feel like they lost a lot of momentum, especially when the Miami Dolphins just held them to 19 points.
I mean, it concerns me that the Bills, well, I'm not a Bills fan, but they can't finish off games because they don't have a good running attack.
Yeah.
They can only move the ball one way down the field, which is throwing it, or Josh Allen running it.
Yeah.
But I just think they're going to be too much for the Baltimore defense.
Yeah.
So next game is Chargers at Texans.
Whether Herbert plays or not, I have the Chargers. I just think same thing. Much better team. The Texans have played it close against the Rams and other teams they played, but I think the Chargers are either going to blow them out or sneak out a win. I'm not sure which.
Yeah. And I also believe the Chargers are going to win. Yeah, whether Justin Herbert plays or not, I don't think the Texans are a great team at all. And I just think even with a backup quarterback for the Chargers, they still win.
I think the Chargers are gonna like blow them out.
Yeah.
The Texans, in my mind, are the worst team in the league.
Yeah.
I can't think of many players on that team. I don't
Yeah.
know about you guys, but like I can't think of many like stars.
Yeah.
And I don't think Davis Mills is the answer.
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
We have Cardinals at Panthers now.
I got the Cardinals. Yeah, DeAndre Hopkins is still suspended, but they haven't been playing like the worst. It's just they've just played some really tough teams at the end of the day, and I feel like this one's definitely a winnable game. Cardinals.
I feel like Baker Mayfield, revenge game. First win is the Panthers.
Wow.
Upset. The Panthers almost beat the Browns week 1. They've struggled, but so have the Cardinals. If you look back at it, in that first half, the Cardinals' offense, they haven't been getting it going. AJ Green got injured, I think. Rondell Moore's banged up. James Conner's banged up. DeAndre Hopkins is out. Who else do they have? Kyler's good, but he's really high and he's really low. Sometimes if the Panthers defense gets on Kyler and makes him run out of the pocket, force interceptions, I think the Panthers can upset.
Yeah.
I do think the Cardinals are going to win this.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like they're the better overall team when it comes down to it.
Yeah.
And I know Kyler can make plays down the stretch. We've seen it.
Yes.
So I have the Cardinals. So we have some good matchups coming up. We have the Patriots at Packers.
I'm going to take the Packers. The Patriots obviously just lost Mac Jones, and that's a huge loss, and whoever their backup quarterback is, I don't think he's going to be the answer, and just, yeah, the Packers, they don't have many, great receivers, but Aaron Rodgers will sneak a win.
I've been listening to Colin too much, but I think the Packers are going to win because his theory is that when they play the bad teams, they do really good, like the Patriots, but then when they play the good teams, they fall apart.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Packers are going to blow them out because it's Brian Hoyer. I mean, their defense is good. Whoever Aaron Rodgers is throwing to, it doesn't matter because he still has 2 great running backs, A.J. Dillon and Aaron Jones. They're going to be just fine.
I do have the Packers. Back-to-back MVP.
Yeah.
He's just going to see all over that defense, too.
Yes.
And the Packers' defense is not bad at all.
Yeah. And Aaron Jones has a big game.
I could see that. 2 underwhelming teams. The Broncos at Raiders. Same division. What do we think?
The Raiders are going to take their first win here. Mainly just because that offense is, it's just really good. They just haven't proved it. They do have, weapons on that team. They have great route runners: Devontae Adams, Hunter Renfrow, Darren Waller. You know, so
I have Broncos country. Russell Wilson.
That's right.
that's right.
I know he has not been doing good, but hey, they've sneaked out 2 ugly wins. One against San Fran, who is a really good team.
Yeah, that is true.
I think they're just going to sneak this one out again. I don't think it's going to be pretty. I don't think it's going to be a very high-scoring game, somewhere in the 20s, maybe even the teens, but I think they're going to find a way to win.
Is Renfro back now?
I'm not exactly sure.
No, I don't think so.
I am curious to see how Mac Hollins does again against them. If he plays like how we did, I do have the Raiders winning this. I think
Yeah.
Devontae Adams could have a really good game against them.
Yeah.
I know they got Patrick Surtain, but I see the Raiders winning a very close one.
Yeah.
So Sunday Night Football, I believe.
Last one.
Yeah, the Dolphins aren't on here for some reason,
There's
but
Panthers.
it's Chiefs at Buccaneers. Probably the most interesting one.
Yeah. The Chiefs. They're gonna bounce back. I don't know how they lost to the Colts. They're gonna bounce back because Tom Brady's having a lot of trouble right now. He's getting older. You know, this will probably be his last year in the NFL. To be honest with you.
I would say Tampa because you don't doubt the GOAT. Whoever he's throwing to, whether it be Russell Gage, if Julio comes back, Mike Evans is back. We know that. Maybe Chris Godwin's back, but you just don't go against the GOAT. I think even with that offensive line, it's banged up. There's rookie starting. He's still going to find a way to win. That defense is still really good too.
Yeah, maybe.
See, the Bucks had a bad week. He had no wide receivers. He had like Russell Gage, his other wide receivers. I
Yeah.
don't even know. He had his 3 main starters out. The top 3 of the wide receivers were gone, and he almost won against Rodgers.
This week though, because it was only a 1-game suspension.
Yeah,
so.
so I feel like the Buccaneers could take this. He has been good against Mahomes too. I feel like it's just Brady. You know how
Yeah.
competitive he is. Okay, so who are the Dolphins playing?
They're playing the Bengals.
So who do we got there? Dolphins.
Okay,
Bengals.
so it's in Cincy. I don't want to be biased. I really hope they do win, so I'm going to go Dolphins. Now, what worries me, it's a short week. They go from Sunday, the defense playing, I don't know how many snaps against the Bills offense, so they're going to be fatigued, they're going to be tired.
Yeah.
I think they're going to find a way to win this. We're going to have to get the offense going fast because I think the Bengals offense is going to start lighting up fireworks, explosions.
Yes.
And especially with the Dolphins defense, the way they play man, it's like
Yeah.
it works sometimes, doesn't work afterwards. But I think Tua in this offense has got to find a way to come back and win this game if they're down.
Yeah. And I also believe the Dolphins are going to win this one. I actually think they're going to kill them just because it's just, man, they're solid right now. They're good. And that's just it. That they're just plainly good. They have a great offense.
See, I do think the Dolphins will win.
Mhm.
Their wide receivers have been incredible,
Yes.
and Eli Apple is not.
He's not Tyreek.
He might be.
I know they have the review. Well, whoever he is guarding, he's getting torched. I am sorry.
Yes.
He has not been playing well. The Bengals have looked like rough, kinda,
Yes.
and I think the Bengals have the Dolphins have all the momentum coming into this week.
Yeah.
I just see the Dolphins winning.
And
Yeah.
I think if they can force Joe Burrow to make untimely throws, get him
Yeah.
off his rhythm, that'd be really helpful. And everyone that I've listened to has picked the Bengals, so I think Dolphins just 4-0. It has to be.
Yeah. All right, guys. So we are going to end the video here. I appreciate everyone who watches. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button down below. And thank you, Frank. Thank you, Nando. Have a good one, guys.